Hello. Alright, so today I'm going to be taking some of the dirt that I scooped out with the tractor there the last week, and I'm going to be mixing it with this compost, which was what was in the greenhouse all year with the chickens. So we've got a little bit of weed pressure starting on this bed already, but we haven't done anything with it this year yet, so it's fine. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to gardening, or anything else for that matter, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape off the bit of mulch that's on top of here. I'm going to bury all the weed and everything green with that mix of new soil and some compost, and then I'm going to cover it back in with mulch until we're ready to plant into it. This mulch seems to be fantastic. It's just really rotted out hay. With goat manure and stuff mixed up with it, and like, it's probably too far to see, but there's worms crawling around in it and stuff. It's still moist after sitting out there all year. Hasn't rained, and well, we had a little bit of moisture overnight a couple of times, but we haven't had a decent rain in over a week, so it really looks good. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, it is Sunday afternoon and we're out in the garden. Dominic already did this bed, and we decided we're going to add another bed in here. I've already planted lettuce, spinach in that first bed and carrots in the second one. I did that yesterday, and Jen helped me with that. Thank you very much, Jen. And so he's just going to take the mulch off, and we're going to add some more material over to the top of it. Dominic has been working really hard making compost in the two piles, in the greenhouse and in the compost bay, and so now we are adding it to this stuff over here.
So this is some more mulch where I got from where I used to feed the goats hay in the pasture last year, so pretty well broken down on the bottom, still some dry stuff on top, so I think it'll be good mulch. I put a view on it. Yeah, they're really liking the sandbox.
뻔한 얘기지만 널 보면 그냥 좋아. 매일 보고 싶어 함께 있는 순간들도. So hold me tight through the night.
So this week, I'm going to try to calm things down a little bit. The last few weeks have been a little bit hectic. The second in the bottom. And a lot of things have been happening. We've got a lot of new faces here, so I thought that it was a great time to do a little tour, a bit of a roundup of everything we have going on this spring. Since I'm down in the front yard, let's have a look first at the sheepies. A couple weeks ago, Dominic and I went to the mainland and picked up 6 sheep. We have 4 ewes and 2 rams. The rams are castrated, so they'll be processed in the fall, but for the ewes we have actually got another ram, and we will be breeding them hopefully and keeping them over the winter and building up a breeding stock. These are actually hair sheep. These are Cathodin Dorper Cross, and I'll put down the name of the ram, but I think that we have a Cathodin ram purebred lined up for the fall. And yeah, that's like a meat sheep. It's a hair sheep, so we won't have to shear them, and that was a big deal for when we're choosing sheep, because, you know, we don't want to be dealing with shearing sheep. You might have noticed that the sheep are on our front lawn, and that's not a permanent solution, but I'm going to get a bit into that a little bit later in the video. But first, let's head down to the back part of the lawn, or the front part of the lawn, and check out the pigs. Down here we have 3 pigs, and they are a Berkshire Tamworth cross, I believe, and we picked them up last year from the mainland. It was a bit of a snafu when they arrived, but everything has been solid ever since. They have not escaped their pen. Everything has been fine, and they have been adapting quite well. They are very cute. They're very lovely. We're happy to have them. Again, we're not actually keeping these for breeding stock. We're not breeding pigs at this moment. So these 3 pigs, just got caught up in the water. We are not keeping these pigs for breeding stock. They will be processed in the fall. This is our cattle panel greenhouse. Dominic built this in the fall out of cattle panels and some boards and some greenhouse material. We made a whole video on it, I'll link it below. But this is where we're going to be growing our tomatoes and peppers. We're keeping a very simple garden, and I have some tomato starts, and I'll probably buy some more. I'm not the best gardener, I'm still learning, and that's fine. As long as we have tomato plants, that's all that matters. This area is our vegetable garden. This is where we are planting our onions, potatoes, and carrots, and lettuce, and spinach, and peas. That's pretty much it. We might get a few more things, but the plan is to keep it as simple as possible. I'm not the best gardener, so we're gonna keep it simple and do our best, and we'll see how it goes. So far, I have got onions in this bed, and there is garlic underneath there, and garlic in there as well. And then over here, in these two beds, the first one has lettuce and spinach that Jen and I planted last week, and carrots that we planted that same day. And these two beds will have probably maybe some more carrots, and then down in this area, kind of here, we're going to be having our potatoes. The potatoes won't go in until after the last frost date, which should be a couple more weeks from now. But yeah, this is our garden. Hopefully soon it'll have a lot of veggies in it. This is the chicken coop where the chickens have returned. So they're in here, they're in their run. We also free range them all around the yard. But if you can see here, Dominic has got a splitter that he's borrowed from Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. And he has been cutting firewood or splitting firewood and collecting it over here. He's been organizing the firewood by like softwood, hardwood types of tree, and he's been having it dry out here. So we've got some really, really nice campfire wood ready to go, and we've been having some really lovely campfires. So that's been really nice. Dominic has been cutting down logs to get ready to build a shelter for the lambs. So we have 26 acres of forest in Nova Scotia, and when we arrived it was very tightly packed spruce, and Dominic worked really, really hard to start to clear some out to turn it into silvopasture for animals. And this is kind of the first area where he has successfully done that. So he's been waiting very, very patiently for this grass to grow, and it's looking amazing. So the sheep that are in the front yard now are going to be moving back here very, very soon. We were just giving the grass some time to grow. We've had a very long winter, and the snow didn't melt for a really long time, so we're a little bit behind the rest of the province on grass growing. This is the area of the property that Dominic cleared last year. He used the pigs and the goats and his chainsaw basically to cut down trees, till up land. He planted seed and has been growing grass down here to turn this eventually into a silvopasture. So it was a lot of work, and it's still a lot of work because, as you can see, it's not quite finished, but this is basically what this was last year. So you can see that it is a big difference. This is a lot more open, there's a lot more grass, and hopefully that will be like this next year. We also have 30 meat chicks. We got these the same day that we got the sheep, and they've been doing really well. We did this twice last year, so I think that we kind of have a good handle on this. I don't feel like a beginner anymore. They've been doing awesome. They're in here for now, and when they're ready to go out onto pasture, we have got a chicken tractor that we will be taking out. Okay, so that's pretty much it for our kind of quick tour of what we have going on now. I'll take you on a few more throughout the summer, little roundup of what's happening, but right now that is where we are at.
Oh yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, I got